The WAFB Podcast Network is sponsored by Neighbors Federal Credit Union.
Hey, good morning, Jacques. How are you?
I'm doing outstanding. I'm talking to Garth Brooks.
Entering his second year as the LSU head football coach.
It was the only way I could get a foot in the door.
Joined by the icon, Kim Mulkey. Ace Coach, great to see you.
Jacques Talk is sponsored by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp and Kuyon's Cajun Barbecue.
Well, it's my pleasure right now to be visiting with a guy we covered with the LSU Tigers. He was at St. Thomas More before that, and right now he's enjoying a career season with TCU. Jack Bech. Jack, how you doing, man?
Man, I've been great. How about yourself?
Doing great, doing great. We're happy for your success. Right now, you are number 2 in the country in receiving yards, and you just got added to the Bolitnikov watch list, which, of course, goes to the top receiver in the country, which could also be a running back or a tight end. But congratulations on all your success and what has led to this great year with TCU so far.
Yeah, I would say definitely my faith life. You know, this is definitely the strongest my faith has ever been. Just getting into the Bible every day, praying every day, just really giving everything up to God, all the good and bad. And really just thanking him for everything. You know, it's definitely been a long journey. There's been a bunch of ups and a bunch of downs. But, you know, I've had that core bit of people who've been with me through thick and thin, who have also just really helped me through everything. But, yeah, no, I'd really just say, you know, like God has really just moved mountains for me. He's done so much in my life, and I couldn't be more thankful for all the opportunity he's given me and for him letting me be able to make the most of everything that's been thrown at me this year.
I think it's important to point out also that you got to TCU last year, and once again, there were struggles, right? There were injuries. You didn't catch a ton of passes last year because of that. I mean, you've kind of had the ups and downs for 3 years to set up this senior year.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like I said, it's definitely been a crazy ride, but I thank God every morning for all the good moments, for all the bad moments, because I feel like it has really cultivated me into the person I am. You know, it's really kept me centered and keep me faithful and has kept me grounded. You know, I've learned so much, you know, these past couple of years of college. You know, I feel like I've been through more stuff and I've learned more lessons than, you know, obviously most people my age. Like I said, I'm super thankful for all of it. You know, everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that. You know, the good moments, the bad moments. And I feel like I said, I'm becoming a Christ-centered person. I'm liking the person I'm becoming. And I think it's because of all those things I've been through. So like I said, I'm just going to be more thankful for God, for everything he's given me, for my family, my friends, all those people who've been there with me through everything.
Awesome. Of course, you went to St. Thomas More, very Christian school, so you've had that upbringing for a long time.
Yes, sir, for sure. Yeah, no, SDM taught me a bunch of things, you know, growing up, going to Cathedral Carmel, you know, just having my faith instilled in me from an early age from my parents. You know, it really meant a lot. And, you know, I would honestly say and truthfully say, and, you know, I believe this 100%, you know, I feel like without all those core values and things that keep me, you know, grounded and based down, that I probably wouldn't be, you know, where I'm at today. Because it could have been, you know, it's so easy to just say, you know, I'm giving up, I quit. But, you know, God put that thing in my head to just say, keep going, you know, keep your faith, keep me first, keep working hard, you know, and everything's going to work out the way it was supposed to. And, you know, it's finally all coming to fruition.
I mentioned you're number 2 in the country in receiving yards. Number 1 is Trey Harris at Ole Miss, who is also from Lafayette, Como High School. And then Malik Neighbors, was at Como High School also. Of course, now doing great things in the NFL.
Yep.
You have Keon Coleman right down the street in Opelousas. So the Acadiana area with these wide receivers been cranking them out.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know, all those guys, you know, especially – you know, obviously, out of all of those guys, I know Malik the best. You know, it's like a brother to me. Lived with him. Obviously, grew up, you know, hanging out with him in high school and doing all these things. You know, that's like a brother to me. But no, I know Trey pretty well too. That's one of my good boys. And then Keon, I don't know him. Probably know him the least of everybody, but I still know him a good little bit. And no, it's been so awesome to see all three of them. You know, obviously Malik and Keon at the next level doing what they're doing, and you know Trey right now at Ole Miss. You know, it's been so awesome. Just seeing all of us, you know, represent and put on for the Acadiana area, and you know, hopefully it puts eyes on more of those kids around there to give them more chance and opportunity. Because I mean, you see what happens whenever you give us opportunity, we run with it and we don't look back.
You average 11, 12 yards per catch your first 3 years. You're averaging 18 yards per catch this season. Have you gotten faster?
Yeah, I would just say, you just get older, you understand the game more, you get bigger, you get stronger, you get faster. That's kind of been my outlook going to season. People always ask, oh, like, what's that one thing you're working on? And it's always been the same answer for me. No, I want to get better in everything, in route running, my speed, my strength, my agility, my awareness of the game, my ability, just all the route concepts, all those different things. And it was the same thing, it was just keep my head down, working hard, staying true to what I know. I feel like that's what kind of got me here is obviously my faith and, having that ability to just outwork people. It's just always just staying grounded in that, just working hard.
So if we can go back a little bit, your freshman year at LSU, you lead the team in receptions. And I remember you had NIL deals. I mean, everything started so well. Second year, don't catch as many passes. And I know that was a tough decision for you. I mean, LSU was kind of all you knew and loved, right? Growing up, you and Walker Howard, right? Both since you were toddlers, you were going to LSU football games. And so I know that was a tough decision for you and your family, but looking back on it, how do you view it now?
Yeah, like I was kind of hinting at earlier, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Like that was at school, my whole family went there. My uncles played there. I grew up going there, only 30, 45 minutes away from my house. We grew up huge Tiger fans, and like the opportunity to be able to play there, my freshman and sophomore year was something I always dreamed of as a kid. And I couldn't be more thankful for that opportunity, to be able to do what I did also like my freshman year. And it really was just like, it all just felt like a dream, really coming true, something I prayed for about my whole life. And then now, obviously, like you said, just making that decision to leave. And, right now, what TCU has given me, even last year, whenever things weren't going so well, but obviously this year, it's been a little different for me on the field, which has been awesome. But, just everything that TCU has given me, all the bonds I have now, I have, guys on my team that are going to be my friends for life that will be in my wedding one day, the connections I made here, the DFW area, I love it. I maybe want to, raise a family here one day. There's just so much opportunity and there's just so much going on. And the people have really just welcomed me like home. They've made it they've made it home away from home for me. I truly feel like this is my home. I just couldn't be more thankful. I feel like I couldn't be in a better spot, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else than TCU right now. I truly do love it with everything in me. I have my uncle right up in Grapevine, who I spend a lot of time with and hang out with. That's one of my mentors. So being able to have him right here has helped a whole bunch. But yeah, no, TCU is, like I said, I just pray every day. I thank God every day for putting me here because I feel like I truly couldn't be, at a better place than where I am right now.
That uncle that's not far away, that's Brett Bech, right? Former LSU wide receiver, played in the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Blaine, his younger brother, is still in the Baton Rouge area. He's killing it now with sliders. He opened a slider.
He is. Yes, sir. And his kids go to school in Baton Rouge. So
yeah, good stuff, man. I just want to get your take on a few things, and I hope if TCU fans watching this don't mind, I'm going to gear this a little bit towards our Louisiana audience. But your first year at LSU, I remember when you played Arkansas, Garrett Nussmeier kind of danced around the pocket, Houdini'd, and kind of threw a ball to the north end zone where the student section, you caught it, and that was like a touchdown. And that was one of those Garrett Nussmeier type plays. What has it been like from afar to kind of see him develop? Because I know you caught probably a million passes from him at practice and so forth.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Garrett, Garrett's from, 30 minutes away from TCU's campus, from Flower Mound. So he's not far at all. Garrett, he's one of my best friends. Like I was saying, one of those guys that will be at my wedding one day. He's definitely one of those guys. That's one of my best friends, if not my best friend. I love him with everything. I lived with him as well. Him and Mason Smith, who's also in the league right now, doing great things. And I just couldn't be happier. He really waited his time. He learned so much, and now he's finally, he's leading that team, and he's doing so many great things. He's accurate as all get out. He throws a super pretty ball. It was awesome to be able to catch all those passes from him. And no, I just couldn't be more happy, more proud of him for all the hard work, for all the dedication he's put into it. for staying faithful and for just staying down. Like I said, I'm just so happy for him, and hopefully I'll get to see him soon. But I'm always on the phone with him, calling him, texting him. We call each other before all of our games, just wishing each other good luck to go out there and kill it. And yeah, no, he's been doing so awesome. I'm just so happy. I couldn't be more happy.
Great stuff. And also, I was just curious, being a teammate of Jaden Daniels, what was it like to see him win the Heisman last year and see what he's doing in the NFL right now?
Man, crazy for sure. To have definitely one of your teammates go and win the Heisman, one of your former teammates go and win the Heisman is awesome. Jay was always, like I was saying about Nuss, always grounded, always kept his faith first, never got too big of a head. Really just stayed and always just worked super hard. So to be able to see him, flourishing right now in the NFL, like a bunch of our guys, has really just been so cool and so awesome to see. And I just can't wait to follow in all their footsteps, to be that next guy in the NFL.
Are there any other guys on the current LSU team that you keep in touch with or talk to?
Yeah, so Garrett and Will Campbell, Will's been one of my good friends since high school. And like I said, again, that's probably another dude. That's another dude that will probably be in my wedding one day. I talk to him almost every day. And like I said, I've been knowing him since, junior year of high school, during like that COVID area. So I've been knowing him for a long while. And that's another dude that just works super duper hard, keeps his faith up there, and just does all the little things right, and just is elite on the football field. God has big plans for all these guys. And I just can't wait to see where he takes all of us.
Yeah, it'll be interesting a year from now to see where you guys are all at. You're listed as a senior. Is this it for you?
Yes, sir, it is, because I played obviously my freshman. I played every year through.
Yeah,
I had some injuries, but even whenever I was hurt, I told him I still wanted to keep playing.
got you. These days, it gets a little complicated. Sometimes it's like, okay, does he have another year or not? And so,
Nah, for sure, definitely. But I missed the COVID year, so I don't have a COVID year or anything like that. God has a greater plan for me. I'm just, like I said, excited to see the rest of the story unfold.
yeah, and I'm looking at the roster. Marcel Brooks. Wow. So he was on the 2019 LSU National Championship team. Made some plays for LSU that year.
He was a huge guy for that team that year.
Yeah. And here he is. He's a senior wearing number 9, which I think was the same number he wore at LSU. I'm clicking on his bio real quick. Freshman year at LSU, played in 11 games, 8 tackles, tackle and a half for loss. He made that sack in the Florida game. That's what I remember. A big 8-yard sack against Florida. Did some things against Texas A&M. So what is he like?
Yeah, no, Marcel. He's also been through his fair shares of ups and downs, of injuries and stuff like that. He hurt his knee because whenever he got here, he was doing his thing. He hurt his knee, and he's just been bouncing back from that. And, this year he's getting back to himself. They put him out there to go get the QB, and he does just that. He's going to go get the QB by any means necessary. And he's been killing it. I'm just excited for him to keep showing what he can do this year. So he can go do what he's always wanted to go make his dreams a reality so he can take care of his family.
Tell me about your quarterback, Josh Hoover, and the guy getting you the football.
Yeah, Josh Hoover, he's a beast. I've told him and I've told Nuss both this. They remind me, like, they're pretty similar in my eyes. They both are accurate as all get out. They love giving the ball to their playmakers and just let them go make plays. They'll run the ball if they absolutely have to, but both of them are definitely like scramble guys to getting the ball out their hands. Like I said, letting their playmakers go make plays. Josh has been awesome. I'm so thankful to be able to catch balls from him. To be able to just every day to go put in work with him, go hang out. We go eat dinner, a couple times a week. Tonight we're going to eat dinner and just hang out, just build that connection more off the field. And just keep cultivating this relationship and this chemistry like he does with all of our wideouts and tight ends, running backs, O-linemen, everything. But no, Josh Hoover, he's a beast. Like I said, he keeps his faith first, keeps God first. Unbelievable worker, unbelievable captain for our team, unbelievable leader. He leads all the guys in the right direction. He does all the small things right, and to him it doesn't matter about his individual stats. It's all about just getting that win for the team, and I'm just gonna be more thankful to be around him every day.
Tell me about your head coach, Sonny Dykes.
I love Coach Sonny. One thing I really love about him is he really lets his coaches coach. He lets his OCs do what they do best. That's why he hired them as position coaches. Obviously, he'll tell us like different things whenever he sees something, but for the most part, he really lets his coaches do what they do best and coach. I have a great relationship with him. His wife is so awesome. She takes all the players. We're her children. Anything we need, we just shoot her a text and she helps get it done. She's really like a mom to all of us, and we couldn't be more thankful for her and for Coach Dykes and for everything they've done for us. For just all the small things that they do for us on a daily basis. Coach Dykes is awesome. I couldn't be more thankful. And I wouldn't want any other person to be my head coach right now. And I'm just so thankful that, like I said, I'm here and, Coach Dykes is here. All the support staff we have is here. So
this week you've got Houston at home. I know you've played 3 of your first 5 games of the season on the road. You've kind of been road warriors here. So you're back at home for a Friday night game.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I can't wait. The Carter Stadium is going to be rocking on Friday night. I think we're on maybe the only game on Friday night on ESPN, I think. So, it should be rocking. We're going to have a bunch of eyes on us. And like I said, I'm just so thankful for all the opportunities I've been given so far, for everything God has put in front of me and has let me do so well with. And I just can't wait, for Friday night to get back on the field and to keep displaying everything that I got in me.
It's great to hear that you're really enjoying it there. I mean, you kind of remind me of myself in the fact that, I grew up in Louisiana my whole life and I've never gone out of state to live. I imagine that might have been a big adjustment in the beginning for you, that mom and dad and everybody are no longer, 45 minutes away.
No, 100%. That was definitely something, like I was kind of saying, all those lessons that, the lessons I've been taught the past couple of years, that was definitely one of them, to be able to leave home and come to somewhere really, obviously my uncle's right down the road, but, here in Fort Worth, he's like 30, 45 minutes away. So really here in Fort Worth, I knew nobody, so it was up to me to go out and meet people, to make relationships, and it was up to me to figure things out, just all the small things that you don't think that you'd have to go do on your own that you now have to do. And, just paying all your bills, from your car note to house to, which I was doing at LSU, but really just figuring out how to set all those things up, being in a different state. Like I said, I've just learned so much. I'm so thankful for all those things I've learned because now, I have a big toolbox and I'm equipped for, my life later on down the road and, to be a good dad and be able to pass that to my children.
Yeah. I learned another thing too, that you don't just call everything over there Dallas. Like, you better call Arlington, Arlington. You better call Fort Worth, Fort Worth. You better, because I just remember going to, where they played, where the Cowboys played football. Just kind of, when LSU played over there, I'd say, hey, we're in Dallas. And people were correct. No, that's Arlington, Arlington paid for the stadium. Dallas didn't, or whatever the case may be. But
a lot of people usually just say, it depends. A lot of people say, to make it easier, just everybody. You go anywhere in the world and say Dallas, for the most part, people know what that is. So it's easier to just kind of give a general direction. But yeah, if you're in Texas and you're telling Texas people, like you said, you better say Fort Worth, Arlington, Dallas, Grapevine, whatever it may be.
And you may need to make it to some TCU women's basketball games this year. We covered Haley Van Lith here last year at LSU. Yep. She's made it over there, and I think you guys have gotten some other high-profile players that are injecting some life into women's hoops.
Yeah, we do. It's crazy how much women hoops has really blown up the past couple of years. But yeah, Haley's here. Obviously, she's a hooper on the court. So yeah, I can't imagine that. I can't imagine that she's gonna bring definitely big crowds here. I would have to assume being on the Olympic team and stuff like that, and definitely go help the Frogs win a bunch of games on the court.
Anything else you want to add? Obviously, you turn one shade of purple in for another, right? And I think it's worked out best for everybody, right? TCU, you guys are way over there. They might play LSU somewhere down the line in a bowl or a playoff. We don't know, but it just seems like everything, it's worked out best for everybody at this point.
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Like I said, I'm really just going to be more thankful to be where I'm at. Like I said, I think God does everything for a reason. He brings you into different places to meet new people, and he all has a greater plan for all of our lives. So I think this was just a step in His plan, something I had to do in order to reach my ultimate goal of being able to take care of my family and provide for my future family one day. And this season it's really all come to life. And, like I said, I just can't wait for Friday night to be able to go put all my talent on display again that God has given me and to really just go out and keep making statements each and every week and, let the rest of the story unfold and see what happens.
Well, Jack, really appreciate your time. I hope that when they Bolitnikov cuts it down to the semifinalists, I think that's in November or something, that you're
Yes,
on that
sir.
list.
Yes,
And
sir.
keep catching passes and scoring touchdowns.
Yes, sir. I definitely will.